All right, you guys, this is a SuperFreq mini medi on preparing the nervous system to detox narcissistic abuse. Let's dive in. Okay, paying attention to the body, noticing the details around you, the five senses. These are best listened to if you are not driving. But if you are, just start zoning in deeply to your surroundings, basically moving you into a deeper state of presence. As you begin to notice the details around you, your five senses, maybe the sky has a gauziness to it. Maybe there's different colors of grains around you. This kind of thing. I'm going to move you even further into the 0 point. Some of you aren't even close to it, so I'm going to work on that. Good. As you are settling into the body, imagine that there is a point in front of you, behind you, to the left, to the right of you, and above and below you. And at that point, at each point, each 6 point, is an object. So begin to estimate the approximate distance between those objects and the center of your body, the center point of your body. For example, your sternum or your belly button. About an inch in from the belly button, if you were to draw a line above and below, that is your access. That's your 0 point access. By making a point above and behind you, to the left and to the right of you, above and below you, you're creating your own matrices. You're able to find yourself in space-time better. Your spirit can locate itself and your body and then cohere with it. That's essentially what being embodied is about. Being this infinite, indestructible consciousness in a time-bound form for a limited period of linear time. That's the gig. If you can hold a single point, essentially the present moment, infinitely, then you are learning. You are on a certain level of mastery at that point, because you have access to the all that is, which means you have more access to yourself. Good. So when we encounter narcissism and narcissistic behavior, there's a lot of gaslighting that goes on, because what we are experiencing in our internal environment is not matching what's happening in our external environment. There's a disconnect, and we're either being told that directly or we're being, quote unquote, gaslit to feel otherwise. So not only emotionally does that start to alter our own original blueprint and create new programming, but it overrides our innate intelligence in our nervous system. So what I'm going to help you guys with now is recalibrating the nervous system at each individuated times that the initial imprinting occurred. So you can imagine there's individual realities that are, let's say if you were going to draw a square, it's one reality, that's another reality, that's another reality. Those are moments in time. Those are coordinates. They're like nodal points. And each of those has a very specific sequence or filter or experience that is imprinted onto the nervous system. It's like coding. So by me helping you guys with this at frequency level, because I'm working in the timeless, this is going to help you reset that initial imprinting. So if you can think back to your earliest memory of when you actually started to feel like you were being gaslit, or you had the recognition, you're like, oh yeah, I absolutely grew up with a narcissistic parent, or that relationship was incredibly damaging. That happened, it started in my 20s or something. Take that time period and focus on the initial time period of when you felt that behavior beginning. And I will work on you guys on my side of things. So focus on that period of time and pay attention to the sternum. You guys might hear me yawn or breathe irregularly, but that's just me moving and transmitting the energy and coding the energy on the back end. Okay, so the next place we're going to go is pay attention to the upper chest and then the xiphoid process at the base of the sternum. Cohering these two areas here. So deprogramming, a lot of this stuff happens in layers, you guys. So this is going to kickstart this nervous system reset and you becoming aware of the initial process, and your nervous system is going to catch up and start understanding, oh yeah, that's not normal. I need to go reset to my original blueprint. So re-listen to this. If this type of work is interesting to you, feel free to go to the website or my social media at Talie Miller or at SuperFreqy on Instagram. And then of course on TikTok, YouTube, all the things. And sign up for some classes and live events that I have coming up or an individual session. And I will see you on the next podcast.